Welcome back. Staying home, lying low, hunkering down with family for months on end. It might have saved you from COVID, but it also might have wrecked your marriage. We don't yet have the data on last year's divorce rate, but anecdotally, the lawyers say they have been busy. And what exactly drives spouses apart? Are they lying? Are they cheating? Are they fighting? Yes, that's part of it. But mainly, they're boring. Boring. Not so much in the sense of being dull or uninteresting, just some spouses are checking out of the relationship without even bothering to find out what's new. Studies have proven that the opposite of love is not hate or anger or simmering resentment. It is indifference, what psychologists call romantic disengagement. They also point out that spouses can re-engage if they try, and help is definitely out there. But sometimes, about 45% of the time, divorce is inevitable, and help is out there for that too. Joining us now is Bella Gandhi. She's the founder of Smart Dating Academy, and Jessica Klingbaum is co-founder of the exEXPERTS, and she's also co-host of the Divorce Etc. podcast. Welcome to both of you, and thanks for joining me on this one. Jessica, I'm going to begin with you. Emotional indifference and being boring. Is this something you hear a lot about with the exes that you're dealing with?
Absolutely. I would say that every divorced couple goes through a period of emotional indifference, or as they say, romantic disengagement. Both my partner and I, TH, had gone through periods of that in our marriage before we found out that our husbands had cheated. We had totally different experiences, but in the end, it was a lot easier for us that our husbands were respectively always traveling or always going out. It really reminds us of the importance of connection and staying connected and staying engaged.
So Bella, sometimes when I read Psychology Today's assessment of this emotional indifference or marital disaffection or romantic disengagement, whatever words they use, I sometimes wonder if it's like everything there is to know about your spouse. What possibly more could there be? But there is more, right? Like there's hope here.
There's always hope. And you're right, there is always more. Look, after the excitement of romantic love, when we're in a new relationship, when that wears off, we get comfortable, right? And it's a safe, secure kind of love and attachment, which is amazing. But when we're not careful, the everyday mundanity of life can take over. Carpooling, going back and forth to sports, and couples can become more distant from each other, not necessarily because we're trying to do that, but maybe we get annoyed by the same things our partners do over and over again. And two big careers, kids, right? We just start to become more emotionally distant from each other, and we just recoil into our own lives. And this indifference, it's different than animosity. It's not necessarily negative feelings. It's just a lack of connection, which leads to that indifference.
Yeah, sometimes they say, couples that fight actually are better. They stay together longer. It's not right. It's not the fighters that end up breaking up. All right. So Jessica, the old expression that marriage takes work, but a lot of people don't really know what work means or what work they're supposed to engage in. And I have a little checklist here that looked pretty fascinating about what an invested partner actually does. We'll pop it up on the screen, but it's pretty simple, actually. An invested partner actually has involvement in the other person's life. They do spend time talking to their spouse rather than just about the mundane stuff. Try something else. They are intimate with each other, and they're also attentive to the partner's needs. And those who are not invested basically don't even know what that list is. Is there something else, though? I mean, should you be taking up Mandarin and then all of a sudden, a month later, be surprising your partner by saying, guess what, honey? Ni hao. What else can you do?
There are numerous studies that cite data showing that couples that do things together, prioritizing date nights, spending time together, communicating and having conversations other than just what happened with the kids today, are more able to keep the connection alive. It is work because we come home at the end of the day and we're tired, and then we have to deal with dinner and laundry and all of the mundane tasks of being at home. But at the end of the day, you have to actively want to participate in that relationship and make time for those conversations and intimacy, even when you're tired. That's what we know from everything that we read and see. It sounds cliche, but going on a date and spending that kind of time together is crucial.
Yeah. And have little surprises. I think little surprises, everybody likes a little surprise, here and there. So don't underestimate.
Right.
And
Make it
even for the guys too.
Right.
Okay, Bella, this is
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, do nice things. Right, little surprises, do nice things. But there's this one thing I just had to get you to give me your thoughts on this. In Germany, there was a politician who suggested a law where marriage is a 7-year renewable commitment, meaning every 7 years you both have to come to the table and agree to move on and renew for another 7 years. I have like 30 seconds left, but I want to hear from both of you. Bella, you first.
Yeah, well, they call it the 7-year itch, right? And that's probably why the Germans are good at engineering. So 7 years, that's fine. Some people I know every year they'll have an annual meeting saying, do we want to do this for another year? Yes, absolutely. You have to both commit to wanting to be better every single year, every single day. It's work, but it's good work. It's not soul-sucking work.
Okay, what do you think, Jessica? 7-year renewable contract?
I kind of love it. I like the idea of waking up every day and having it be a conscious choice to stay together. It's very Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell, in a committed relationship, knowing that you're there as an active participant every day. I think you're showing up as your best self more often.
But I think the kids have to be at the meeting because there's all that whole little wrinkle in it all. Hey, Bella Gandhi and Jessica Klingbaum, thank you so much for both being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.